Hey guys, Will here, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at a game that I absolutely played to death about 12 years ago now, TrackMania Nations Forever. Now, this was a title that came out back in April of 2008, and it was pretty much the Fortnite of the racing world at the time. It was a free to download, free to play title that at its peak had just under 17 million players. And I'm a little bit ashamed to admit that I got up to something like 46th in the world or something at the time. And the thing that was really cool about this game was it was an instant gratification style game, very similar to Flappy Bird in a sense. It was one of those things that you'd try and then you'd fail and then you just try again straight away and you just try again straight away. And the next thing you know, 6 or 7 hours had passed and you wonder what the hell you were doing with your life. And I remember I used to come home from my girlfriend at the time's house and jump on this, and sometimes she would actually jump on as well. She was as addicted to the game as I was. She wasn't as fast as I was, I don't think, but anyway. But yeah, I thought it would be fun today to check this out. I was going through some of my old hard drives the other day, retrieving some of my old backups and just seeing what I could find. And I found some pretty interesting and sketchy stuff, but I also found the installer for this, and I thought it would be fun to check it out today and see what it's like now. Now, the cool thing is I did actually manage to get it running on the primary sim rig here, so I managed to get it running with the Simucube 2 Ultimate as well as the triple screens as well. Not quite sure how they're going to look on the recording, so we might have to go back to a single screen to make that work. But just one little thing that is really interesting to look at before we get started is the system requirements. So we need Windows XP or Windows 2000 or Vista. Vista was out by then. Pentium 4 1.6 gig or an Athlon XP 1600. I actually had one of those before I got the 2100. A 3D accelerator with 16 megabytes of RAM. We've got 11 gigabytes now in this machine. Memory 256 megabytes or 512 megabytes if you had Vista, because Vista was a resource hungry pig. A 16-bit sound card. Sound cards are even really a thing anymore. And 750 megabytes of free disk space. So there you go. There's a snapshot of what things were like 12 years ago in the gaming world. But anyway, let's jump in now and have a look at how she runs 12 years later. Alright, so you can see the GUI is all messed up here. We might end up switching back to a single monitor in a moment, I think, but I want to give it a go with triples first just to see what the experience is like. Oh man, this brings back some memories. Now, I think I've got all my controls defined, so oh my goodness, wow. Let's see what we got here. We've got some resistance in the wheel. It's not, I wouldn't call it force feedback, but let's see what we can get done. So over the jump. Oh, we've got some rumbling in the steering wheel. Okay, so the idea is you want to try and cut the track as tightly as you possibly can. Now, back in the day, I messed it up completely. Back in the day, I used a keyboard to play this, and the keyboard actually worked really well. Oh dear. Keyboard actually worked really well because you, oh, I got style points. There you go. Because you could react really quickly. So the aim is here to, you know, you want the fastest reactions possible. So I think driving with the wheel is probably actually a bit of a disadvantage. But anyway, oh, it even had a replay mode. That's right. So we're racing against a predefined lap time, I think here. It's the gold medal lap time that it's defined here. Let's try again. Go improve. Oh my goodness, it seriously doesn't seem like 12 years since I played this. It was actually pretty funny. As I mentioned before, I got up to this crazy high ranking, and like I was playing it pretty much every waking moment. And then I went away on holiday. I can't even remember what it was for, but I went away on holiday anyway. And when I came back, my ranking had dropped to like 20,000th or something, simply because I hadn't been playing, so I wasn't accruing points. And at that point, I got so pissed off that I never touched it again. So I literally went from playing it, you know, 6 or 7 hours a day probably, to just never touching it again. And that was literally the last time I played it, was when I logged in, saw that I'd, you know, lost all my hard work. And yeah, I got so cranky with it that I never touched it again. Anyway, let's try once more, and then we might try one of the acrobatic tracks as well. So this one was a pretty tricky one. You had to sort of jump around a corner here. So we had to go out to the side and then turn and skid, and oh, that wasn't very good. There was a way that you could do it really smooth. Let's try again. Out, and then in, like that, and then, oh, we hit the edge, into the water. It was actually pretty good little vibrations getting through the wheel there. I didn't think this game would have force feedback at all, to be honest, but there we go, that's better. Got him. All right, let's try some online. Let's see whether there's actually anybody still in there. I'm sure there is. Oh, this is a good one. It's a good one. Second. Well, first. Fifth again. We did get a little bit slow down there. Oh, we want to go right. Yep. Come on. Where are we going here? Oh, up here. Up. Come on. Don't crash. You're good. Come on. Another one. Down the ramp and through and over the loop. Come on. Oh. Yes! We made it to the end. All right, so let's just have a quick look at some of the more difficult single player ones, because it's fun to just sort of loop over and over and over. There's some acrobatic tracks as well, which are really cool. So let's try CO3 here. See how we go with some loops. 14.59 is the time we're looking for. Oh, that's right. I remember this one. So you got to jump the gap. All right. Oh God, I spent hours doing this. Oh, over the top. Oh, we might get it first go. Nah. Okay. And then use the brake to pitch it round. That's right. So you got to use the brake in midair to sort of adjust the car's pitch, just like you would on a motocross bike. Come on. Yes. Oh, yeah. Gold medal. Yeah, boy. Trying to remember the circuit. I'm sure it'll come flooding back to me. Yeah, so we want to pitch it around and then skid. Yep, I remember this. Oopsies, no good. Just go around anyway, just so we reacclimatize ourselves. Pollard. Skid around. And through. Straighten her up, keep it flat. And done. All right. So we have to gain 6.5 seconds. Bit of brake. More brake. Oh, he seems to be holding it flat. I don't know. Okay, so we held it flat that time. Slide it through, drift it through. Whoops. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Here we are. That's the way. Come on now, don't F this bit up. Keep it nice and tight. Again, tight. Ah! Oh, we're good. We got this. We're gonna get gold. Or not. Ah, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, so close. Oh, 0.2 off. Come on. A little barrier there, but we're okay. Oh, we're good. We got this. We got this. Come on. Do not crash. Do not crash. Do not crash. Do not crash. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah. Achievement unlocked. Persistent idiot. Oh my god. Oh, that was about an hour. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at it. Beautiful, beautiful lines. Slicky smooth. Got a little touch on the barrier, but it's okay. Oh, he was ahead of me, but we got the inside line. Back through. I thought I was gone here. I thought I was absolutely dead. I don't know how I held on to it. Oh! Oh my god. Do I want to play another track? No, no, not tonight. Not tonight. I'm done. It was seriously about an hour of just loop, 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 trying to get that. But we got there in the end. You can see why this game is so ridiculously addictive. You keep trying. You go, oh, one more try, one more try, one more try, because it's such a small time commitment every go. It's just like, come on, one more, one more, one more, and then you look at your clock and it's been like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So. If you want to get this game, it is free on Steam. Yeah, and it's a crap load of fun. The cool thing is that pretty much any machine that you have, if it's less than about 10 years old, you've got no problems running this at all. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different, something a little bit fun. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.